Hey guys, 303K Reefer here. This is update number 3, I think. Haven't updated in a while. This is probably about 3 weeks into my build. I'm not exactly sure, I don't remember. I have it written down somewhere on my calendar when I started exactly. But basically what ended up happening was on the 14th day of my total cycle, my tank actually ended up cycling fully. My ammonia was at 0. My nitrites were at 0, and still are. And nitrates was at about 40 ppm. What I ended up doing is I ended up calling a buddy of mine and basically getting some fern calerpa from him, some Chaeto, and if you can see back there, I got some dragon's breath macroalgae as well. And I just threw these things into the tank and into the refugium, and within 3 days, I also did like a little 20% water change. Within 3 days, my nitrates were down to like 1 ppm, which I wasn't worried about at all whatsoever. And as I said, ammonia, nitrite, all at 0. Since I did use RODI water from the beginning to fill up this tank, my pH was a little low. It was like at 8. So what I've been using is, the whole time in my reefing hobby, is Brightwell Aquatics Reef Coat A and B. It's both calcium and alkalinity, so when you use them together, it keeps things stable, keeps things happy. I did change out my ASM G2 for a Aqua Sea EV 180. It's pretty tight in there, but I have enough room to pull off the cup and stuff like that. I've heard a lot of good reviews on this skimmer. It hasn't really pulled out much for me. I guess I haven't had much organics for it to pull out, but as you see, like, the inner chamber is really dirty, so it's been pulling out something, just not as much has been going into the collection cup. Let's see, so now for the actual, oh yeah, I also added some basically carbon in a filter media bag. I didn't feel I needed to buy a reactor for the carbon since I get a lot of flow through here anyways, so this is a cheaper way out. I don't know, I guess I cheaped out on that. I did check my phosphates with my Hannah checker. It's one of these little checkers right here. Basically tells you exactly what your phosphates are at. And I was at, I think after I did my water change, at 0.07, and then with basically my Chaeto being in there and all my macroalgae, it went down to 0.03 in a couple days, so that was pretty good. I have gotten a lot of new additions. I am sorry guys, this is an iPhone camera, so the blue is outrageous. But I got a little yellow tang. Always wanted one. I used to have a 125 gallon tank before, mixed reef. I had all sorts of tangs, but not a yellow tang. So I decided the first thing I'm going to get this time is a yellow tang. I did only add one fish right now because they produce the most waste out of all the corals, because coral produce waste too, it's just not as much as the fish. So I'm going to be slowly adding fish into it, and basically the amount of coral I got right now is going to be it for a little while, probably for a month or two at least. Anyway, so let's start out from this side. So over here, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to try to focus this in. Oh, there we go. That is a Hydnophora. It is a SPS. And if a lot of people didn't know, this SPS is a really good way of seeing if your pH is good. Because if your pH is not good, all those little tentacles it has on it will not be flared out like that. They won't be puffed out and swaying. If your pH drops or goes up, If it's too high or too low, it will definitely not be flaring out like that. A friend of mine taught me this, and he has been in the hobby for over 35 years. And basically it's one of the ways I can tell that my tank pH is good. I do have a cocoa worm. He's been doing pretty good. Now I have this massive hammer. It's an Aussie hammer. It's got about 22 heads on it. I mean, this is my hand, and like, I've got a big hand. This thing is definitely bigger than a softball for sure. It's awesome. Next, if we go up here, I've got a Idaho Grape Monty, and then back there, that fella right there is a Montipora Spongiodes, I think is the correct way to say it. I'm not sure, but as you can see, all the polyps are out and enjoying themselves. And then over here, I have a ORA green yellow bird's nest, and then right here I have a tricolor Pasillipora. He's a little pissed off today. I did a water change today, and since I did the water change, half of his little polyps are out and half of them aren't out. Next is down here. This is some Zoas. They're called chocolate chips. I don't know what else, just chocolate chip Zoas. And then this guy right here is a Aussie Torch, and he's pretty happy right now. Well, half of him is happy. It's two heads. One head is sticking out and happy as hell, while the other one is not sticking out so much, but still is getting better and better day by day. Now, right over here, this is some Pallies. They're called Cosmic Chaos. Chaos Theories. Sorry, not Cosmic Chaos. They're called Chaos Theories. And then next, that guy back there, I don't know if you can see him too well. It is a Maxi Mini Carpet Anemone. He's an awesome guy. He's red on the inside with a lime green and like beige kind of weird color rim around him. And then up here I have a big chunk of orange Montipora capricornis. Then I have some pulsing Xenia. It's not doing so much pulsing right now because my flow alternates with the MP40. I got it set to Reef Crest at 100%. And then right here I have a purple digitata, Montipora digitata. And then right here, this little guy, I got him basically from a friend of mine. He wasn't doing that well in his tank. I guess he was just melting. It is a rainbow Montipora capricornis, I think. I'm not sure about that, but I think it's a capricornis. And then right here I have a green bubble tip anemone. When I first got him, he was all puffed out and looking good, but then he disappeared on me. He started out on this side of the tank, over here on this rock, and then ended up, sorry about that guys, and then ended up all the way over here. So he's just been starting to come out. I guess he's just getting used to my tank. Now let's see, what else do I got? This is another Idaho Grape Monty right here. Another chunk. And then right over here is a pink bird's nest. Nice little colony. And then that big guy right there, I got him, if you can see in the back, some of it's dead. I got that from a buddy of mine, and it's also ORA yellow-green Pasillipora. Basically what ended up happening for the back to die is he had it in his frag tank, and some frog spawn got really close to it and basically started destroying it. It was losing. Alright, next. That right there is a scroll coral or a cup coral, whichever one you want to call it. I got it when it was a lot smaller. It's grown about 15, maybe 20% now. That rim you see right there, like basically where a bunch of them are like lined up, that's all new growth. It didn't have that when I got it. Next piece is up there. This has also grown a lot in my tank already. When I got it, it was just a single stick. It's actually got the second little arm growing on it now. That is a green slimer. That little piece right there, that little green one, is another piece that broke off of the spongiodes. And then up here is another Montipora digitata. It is purple, but a little different from this one than here. Just a little bit different color, not huge. And then that right there is a Montipora digitata. It is a orange. I got it, it was like really flat and didn't have anything coming off of it, and now it's got all these little mounds starting to grow up, so it should definitely turn out pretty nice soon. And then right here, you're not going to be able to see it really well, is a purple haze Montipora. And then right here is a Poker Star Cyphastria. I'm not sure if I said that right. And then that right there is a mixed rock of Zoas, radioactive green Dragon Eyes, and Eagle Eyes. And then that fella right there is the purple gorilla Acropora. And then that little fella is the same bird's nest, the purple and green bird's nest that I have over here, right there. So this is just the overall shot of the tank. It's been doing pretty good, looking good. Parameters are stable. I've had my Reef Angel report temperatures since it's been set up basically go from 76.2 degrees to 77.1 degrees. So not even a 1 degree, not even a full 1 degree temperature variation from lights on to lights off. So that's very good. pH does fluctuate a little bit. When my lights are on, I'm at about 8.45, 8.46. And then when my lights turn off, I'm at about 8.42 to 8.34. So not that big of a difference. It's not too bad. Not a huge fluctuation. Alkalinity is at 9.8. I have a CChem test kit, and basically I come out to 3.5 MEQ/L, which calculates to 9.8 DKH basically. Otherwise, I tested today, ammonia's at 0, nitrite's at 0, nitrate is at 0.06. So it's a little high, but nothing to worry about at all. And phosphates, I did test today, they went up a little bit. They're at 0.05, which as well is nothing to really worry about unless you're, I don't know how to say this, anal about it. Which I'm not too anal about it, because everything's doing great. But yeah, so far so good. I do have my AI souls at, let me see what's the percentage on here. Let's see. Timer 1 is active, and 24% white, 40% blue, and 60% royal blue. So, nowhere near full blast. I personally like a purplish bluish color. It tends to make the corals look better, and it's still got the white in there too. So what ends up happening is I have them at 6 in the morning, ramp up from 0% to the percentage I just told you in the matter of 4 hours, and then from then up to, I think it's 8 o'clock p.m. it's at full blast at the percentage it's supposed to be, and then at 8 o'clock p.m. my whites turn off completely in 1 minute, and then it's just blues and royal blues on, so it's like an actinic, it's just blue. You can see everything standing out. I'll do a night shot too, but it's probably not going to be good at all on this camera. And then they ramp down to 0% by 12 o'clock midnight, and then at 12 o'clock midnight my moonlights turn on, which is like 1% white, 2% blue, and 2% royal blue, and then those are set on a lunar cycle, so depending on what phase the moon is what actually gives its brightness, basically. Say if we had a full moon, it'd be at a full 1%, 2%, 2%. If we were like at a crest, then it would probably be at 0% for white, and then 1% and 1%. So that's a pretty neat feature, I think, with the AI souls. And then at 2 o'clock a.m., everything shuts off all the way till 6 a.m. again. So 4 hours of complete darkness. And I think that's enough time for cell respiration. So that's what I had on my 125, and I had amazing coral growth there, so I'm doing the same for this tank. But yeah, more updates to come. I'll probably do another update here in a month or so, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, nice seeing you, YouTubers.